Just a few minutes to the venue, sir. The gentleman nodded from the back seat, the city lights of Helsinki flickering across the window like stage lights warming up. Outside, snow feathered down onto the windshield, melted soft streaks that blurred the world. Inside, the car was warm and quiet, too quiet. He adjusted the strap of the bass case beside him, the same one he'd carried since Rust in Peace, now worn in all the right places like an old leather jacket that had seen too many fights and too many stages. He'd done this 1,000 times, hotel to venue, sound check to stage, but tonight felt different. Maybe it was the weight of the years, or the fact that it wasn't Megadeth this time. There was no Mustaine waiting in the wings, no pyro countdown. This was his gig, his project, his message. And whether it was 500 fans or 5,000, it was still bass. It was still the truth. He could feel the low-end hum of anticipation in his chest, like a B string struck in a dark room. As the car rounded the final corner, the glow of the marquee came into view, and there was his name. He grinned slightly, half humility, half memory. He wasn't just walking into a venue. He was walking into a story that started in a small town in Minnesota, with a borrowed bass and a head full of Sabbath. And tonight, that story would speak loud through an Ampeg stack and 4 steel strings. Inside the venue, the crew was already in motion. Endless daisy chains of cables coiled like snakes, monitors pulsing with static, the air buzzing with the low thrum of pre-show energy. He stepped onto the stage, boots echoing slightly on the worn boards. The house lights were still up, but even in the air, their flat glow, he could feel the spirit of the room. Clubs like this had their own heartbeat, soaked into the walls from decades of kick drums, guitar feedback, and sweat. He opened the case. The familiar scent of wood, old strings, and road dust met him like an old friend, and there it was. His custom Jackson bass, black as midnight, and scarred from years of battle. He slung it over his shoulder, fingers instinctively resting on the strings, thumb brushing the edge of the bridge. A few test plucks. The tone was warm and rich. It spoke his language. Check 1, check 1, 2, came the voice from the board. He stepped to the mic, rolled his neck, and let out a low E that rattled the light rig above him. The sound guy looked up and grinned. Still got that punch. He smirked. She's been fed. As he ran through the opening riff of Dawn Patrol, a few tugs gathered near the wings, heads bobbing unconsciously to the hypnotic groove. It wasn't about flash, never had been. It was about feel, about foundation. This bass player didn't just stand in the spotlight. He held it up.